on the Bobby Bones Show now.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. It's an honor to talk to you. Love the new Christmas song. I mean, you are the queen of Christmas.
I appreciate that, but I don't claim it. You know, Christmas is Christmas. I just happen to enjoy it and like making Christmas music and other music. But yeah, we had a great time working on this new Christmas record. It's been so fun.
So let's talk about Fall in Love with Christmas. It's you, it's Khalid and Kirk Franklin. How'd you get that group together?
Well, first of all, I wanted to write a new Christmas song that was kind of like, it's different than All I Want for Christmas Is You, obviously. And I can never really compete with that because that song just took on a life of its own. I wrote it a really long time ago and I'm just going to be like, wow, you know, it became a thing. But we started, Daniel Moore and myself started working on this song, Fall in Love with Christmas, was originally based on Greensleeves, which I had never heard anybody like sort of reinterpret into a modern, whatever you want to call it, Christmas song. So we started there and then, you know, kind of, what do you call it? We put it in order, put the song in order. I wrote the lyrics, we did the whole thing, we had it together. And then Kirk, it was just me and Daniel, who's my musical director, and he had just finished doing the Stellar Awards and, you know, doing musical directing the Stellar Awards and, you know, gospel music, and he's just amazing. And so, you know, we just had some different ideas. I've loved Khalid since American Teen, his first album, and I loved Location. And, you know, we met when he first started and I was like, I really love your music, etc. And anyway, after we finished the basic part of the song and recorded it, Kirk came to Atlanta where we have the Butterfly Lounge. We're in the Butterfly Lounge, LA right now. If you can see behind me, that little pink neon sign. And so kind of like during the second half of COVID, this Butterfly Lounge concept came to fruition. Anyway, different artists have been coming through, et cetera, et cetera. And Kirk had just worked with Daniel and he was like, yeah, let's try and do something. So Kirk came and listened to the song as we had it, the beautiful, I call it a Christmas love song. You know, that's why I call it a Fall in Love with Christmas. And he listened to it and he vibed with it. And he started playing some stuff on the piano in the Butterfly Lounge Atlanta. We went back and forth with some different lyrical ideas. And then he took it back to Houston and put his incredible group of singers, you know, the choir on there and sent it back and, you know, did the outro and there it is. And it's just like, it's a long thing if you want to listen to the whole song. That's why there's different edits. But I love it. I love that it goes from the simplicity and just the organic nature of like a Greensleeves inspired love song to this major moment that takes you to church.
You talk about how it's not like All I Want for Christmas Is You. Whenever you first cut All I Want for Christmas Is You, did you know that song was that special, that was going to be just, you know, lasting for, you know, 20 years at this point?
No, because here's the thing. I had never done, this was like in the beginning of my career. And I had only done like, I think 2 albums really at that point, and maybe like in the MTV Unplugged EP. But the label was like, why don't you do a Christmas album? I don't know if they were just like, we don't know how long this thing's gonna last, do a Christmas album. And I felt like it was too soon because growing up, it was always like, people did that later on, you know what I mean? And then I said, I love Christmas a lot, so I might as well try. So I just wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You, and then finished up, you know, the writing of it with my then collaborator, Walter A., and recorded it and wanted it to feel like a timeless classic, wanted it not to feel like, oh, this is from the 90s or this is from the whatever era, you know what I mean? And so over the years, it just kind of took on a life of its own. And now it really is festive. I saw a video yesterday of like a bunch of kids in a club, like jumping up and down, dancing, screaming, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like you see them dancing to it, and then all of a sudden they mute the DJ mutes the music, and they're like screaming, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And it is, I get goosebumps thinking of it because I never knew. I was just like, this is what I like. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do for Christmas. I always wanted to have that perfect Christmas. And I wrote about it in my memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, last year. Like I had kind of tough upbringing. So we never had a lot of things that most kids have. And I really wanted that perfect Christmas. It was like in my mind, I just always wanted it, and it always got ruined. So now, I kind of feel great that people get to, my song is a part of other people's Christmases, and it helps me have a festive moment with my family and friends as well.
You bring up your book. Your book is now gone to paperback, and people can get the book. What was the hardest part for you personally about sharing your story?
Well, I worked on the book for like I would say basically almost 3 years. But previously I had wanted to tell the story, like it's mostly about my childhood. And when I wrote the book with my friend and collaborator, Michaela, and she and I, really talked about, she said, what do you really want to achieve? Because I am a writer. I've always been a writer as a songwriter, but it's a different thing when you go to a book. She hadn't written a book yet either. So we were both just figuring it out. And I just said, I want to emancipate my little girl self that nobody knew, that nobody understood, that was different, that was other, that didn't really have a category that people understood. So that was our goal. And now it's out on paperback. But the most exciting moment was when it became an instant #1 New York Times best-selling book. So I'm now working on figuring out the adaptation for that, and whether it's going to be a scripted series or a series of movies. And I can't tell the whole thing now, but that's my next project, and I can't wait.
We have Mariah Carey on with us, and it's Macys Wishlist Wednesday. So as we talk about the holidays, in your holiday plans, I'm just assuming that you have this pressure to be like the greatest holiday person of all time because you are Mariah Carey.
No, I think I put the pressure on myself, honestly. Like, we have a set plan. When I say we, I really mean me, because I start figuring this out like months before. But then if one thing goes wrong, I don't know. It's not if one thing goes wrong. I just want it to be this like idyllic sort of thing that is almost impossible to achieve, but we get pretty close. And, we do stuff that most people, maybe they hear about in the song, but we do go on a 2-horse open sleigh ride through the snow woods. And, I have this new, this Christmas inspired, it's for all year round, but, it was inspired by the holidays. And it's called Black Irish, and it's a liquor that's coming out this year, but it's an Irish cream. But we have like 3 different flavors. And so, I was working on it last year, and it was so much fun to just be by the fire. And I have my favorite flavor. I'm not allowed to pick one, but I'll pick one anyway. You won't tell anybody. Salted caramel is the best one. It's out in stores now, but we're gonna, during Christmas, we'll be enjoying that. And I just like, we have the best time. And it's like, you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends and create the most beautiful moments that you can. And that's what I try to do. But it is pressure. But again, I think I put that pressure on myself. And now, hate to say it, but my kids kind of put that pressure on me as well.
With it being Macys Wishlist Wednesday, there are so many options that Macys, they have you covered, from outfits to kitchen supplies to decor. Do you have an air fryer? Because I'm recommending people to get an air fryer. Do you use an air fryer?
I wish I could say I do. No, I don't. I mean, I have asked people to use an air fryer, but I don't. I mean, I cook on Christmas, especially every year I cook, but it's not the type of food that you can really make in an air fryer. So no, but long live the air fryer. Yay, air fryers.
The air fryer, matching pajamas. There are all these options. And check out check out Macys.com/wishlist for all your gifting needs. Once you make a wish, go to Macys.com/believe to write a letter to Santa, because for every letter submitted to Santa online, Macys donates $1 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which helps to grant wishes to kids who are fighting critical illnesses. Mariah, we appreciate your time.
I just have to say, I love the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'm just throwing this in there because you're talking about it. It's a really great organization. And they actually gave me an award a couple of years back for just my work with the organization. And I'm not giving anything away, but I think we're doing something special with them this year as well. So
Mariah,
yay.
thank you for your time. We're big fans, and congratulations on everything from the paper bag to the
All in Love at
award.
Christmas out this year. Khalid and Kirk Franklin. Hope you guys like it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Mariah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is a Bobby Bones show.